In 1971, workers digging an air raid shelter in Changsha, China, struck something with their drills that released a horrific odor. Moments later, marsh gas leaking from the ground caught fire, erupting into an intense blue flame that superstitious locals called ghost fire. That strange phenomenon halted construction and brought in archaeologists, who dug down 40 feet to investigate. What they found was a massive tomb belonging to Xin Zui, the wife of a powerful marquis who died in 163 BC. Her body was over 2 millennia old, but it looked as though she had just passed away. Her skin was still soft and elastic to the touch. Her joints could bend, her eyelashes were intact, and the skin on her hands was so perfectly preserved that investigators could pull a complete set of legible fingerprints. Ancient Chinese funerary practices did not involve draining blood, removing internal organs, or soaking the body in preserving salts, the techniques that kept Egyptian mummies intact. This unprecedented level of preservation transformed the archaeological dig into an active forensic investigation. Scientists were suddenly tasked with explaining how a simple mound of earth had successfully locked out 2,000 years of biological decay. The preservation started with the sheer depth of the burial. Sinking the tomb 40 feet below the surface placed it in an environment with a consistent, cool temperature year-round, shielded from the elements. This diagram shows the massive defensive barriers encasing the burial chamber. Builders packed tons of charcoal around the vault, sealing it inside a dense shell of white clay. Inside, Xin Zui was placed within 4 tightly nested wooden coffins, creating an impenetrable inner core. When researchers finally opened the innermost coffin, they found her submerged in 21 gallons of a mildly acidic, magnesium-rich fluid. To this day, the exact origins of this liquid are unknown, but it was potent enough to cause severe, lingering skin rashes on the doctors who handled her remains. The deep burial, the chemical sealing, and the acidic bath worked together perfectly. Together, they created an impenetrable, oxygen-free, sterile void that successfully locked out the microscopic bacteria responsible for human decay. Because her tissues were so remarkably soft, a team of surgeons in 1972 were able to do something entirely new to archaeology. They performed a full, modern clinical autopsy on a 2,000-year-old patient. Inside, they found her organs completely intact. Even incredibly delicate structures, like the vagus nerve that regulates heart rate and digestion, were preserved and ready for examination. Museums often display idealized wax reconstructions of Xin Zui, showing a beautiful, flawless noblewoman. But the body on the autopsy table told a much harsher, uglier story about how she actually lived. The medical team diagnosed her as severely obese. Her arteries were clogged with plaque. She suffered from high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Her intestines were riddled with multiple parasitic infections, including tapeworms, indicating she endured severe, chronic stomach pain for years. And then, the pathologists found a precise timeline for her final hours. Exactly 138 undigested muskmelon seeds packed into her esophagus, stomach, and intestines. Her physical remains strip away the romantic myths we attach to ancient royalty. The medical evidence points to a single conclusion: her extreme wealth ultimately destroyed her health. As the wife of the Marquis of Dai, Xin Zui lived at the absolute top of the Han Dynasty social hierarchy, and her medical issues were a direct result of that lifestyle. She consumed a daily diet of rich, fatty delicacies. We know this because her family buried her with nearly 100 distinct dishes, ranging from roasted dog and venison to swan and sparrow. This ornate lacquer bowl found in her tomb is covered in intricate, swirling patterns that broadcast her status. Crafting these items required the effort of dozens of men, working with raw, highly toxic sap, making them 10 times more expensive than bronze. These wooden figurines were placed in the tomb to act as her eternal servants. In life, she relied entirely on a massive staff to do everything for her, living a completely sedentary existence. Piecing all of this together gives us her exact cause of death: At the age of 50, carrying immense excess weight and suffering from severely clogged arteries, a gallstone became lodged in her bile duct. Just hours after gorging on a final serving of muskmelons, the resulting pain triggered a massive, fatal heart attack. While the autopsy of Xinzui provides a tragic look at the physical toll of excess, her tomb offered up a separate, invaluable treasure to the medical community, the Mawangdui manuscripts. These ancient silk texts contain highly detailed descriptions of the human body, making them the oldest surviving human anatomical atlas in the world. This diagram illustrates what those texts actually describe. Instead of treating acupuncture meridians as mystical pathways for energy, the manuscripts map out specific physical blood vessels, tracing the exact routes of veins and arteries down the arms and legs. This physical mapping proves that ancient Chinese medicine was grounded in careful, empirical observation of human anatomy, built from direct dissections rather than abstract philosophy. This complex T-shaped silk banner was draped directly over her innermost coffin, standing in sharp contrast to her physical reality. Here, in the middle section, Xinzui is painted leaning on a cane, healthy and idealized, preparing to ascend into heaven with loyal attendants. Xinzui's elaborate tomb failed to grant her the mythological afterlife she planned for, but by preserving her unvarnished physical remains and those ancient medical texts so perfectly, she gave us the most intimate, scientifically accurate window into human biology in the ancient world.